What's the role
Hmm.
of the glia in the brain, and how does that relate to uh, religion?
Religion. Wow. Whew. Wow. Okay. So I'm going to take this in a couple of pieces. I'll talk about the glial cells and what they do and how they work. And then I'll see if I can relate it to religion somehow. So the glia is kind of like a film. It's like cells that coat all of the outside of your brain in between the brain and the skull. And it's kind of like the fascia on your muscles. So it kind of gives the structure to, if you didn't have fascia on your arms, then your muscles would all be loose and like protruding against your skin. So it gives structure so that there can be structure. And the glia does the same thing. It kind of creates a net around the brain. But at the same time, it also is a conductive type material so that it creates a field around the brain. Now that field is what we read when we put somebody in an MRI or when we put a sensor on the scalp, because we don't really know if the potential of a neurofeedback sensor is reading is actually what's, right there in the brain at that time, or if it's a residual of something that happened deep in the brain that just kind of wiggled its way out through all the layers. All right. So what happens is, and I mentioned earlier that you can actually read thoughts of people by putting the right apparatus on, is that it's transmitting, and it's transmitting like your aura, basically. It's a field that comes out of your head. And now I know why you asked about religion. So back in olden times, when somebody was really pure of mind and thought and spirit and soul, they were depicted with a halo around their head, which meant that the field that their brain was putting out was white. It was pure. It was golden. And so there was a sense of pristine kind of purity. And that is what they're able to see now on people that have done the work, these Tibetan monks that do, 40 years of Zen. They have that field that like